Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. We are out on the launch pad with our new command pod topped. Shit, what did I name it? Oh yeah, it's like the Low Lunar Orbit Test Vehicle. It is currently uncrewed and fueling should be done. It is. We are going to take this up to a very high orbit, something like 200 million meters. And then put it on a free return trajectory and see if it survives. That's all we're trying to accomplish today, is see if we can survive from a free return trajectory so that we can continue our crewed spaceflight program. So, yeah, ignition sequence start. 2, 1. Ignition looks very good. We'll release the clamps, and we have avionics control thanks to our Saturn I avionics unit, which is now the only avionics unit other than the twin Agena packages tucked nicely into the service module in a somewhat Game-G type fashion. We will also be testing out our a new engine for our service module. Sorry, I'm a little brain cheese today, but it is the Apollo service module engine, a variant of the AJ-10, which I didn't think we'd have much use for anymore now that we had the Asteris, which with an infinite ignitions is infinitely better. This one is limited to 36 ignitions, but that should be well more than we actually need to accomplish anything that we needed to do, including orbital rendezvous and lunar landing, and then lunar orbit rendezvous and return. This rocket, however, does not have the Delta V to put a full complement lander into orbit, as was demonstrated in the LEM testbed video. We have unlocked the mighty F1 engine, but it's like 400,000 credits to be able to use it. And that's insane. Anyway, we're going to speed through the rest of this launch, and I will stop intermittently to comment about how orderly things are going. Otherwise, I will see you in orbit. Real quick, while we're coming up on the 5G mark, I have toggled a action group to shut down 4 engines. Oh. Okay, that shut down all except 1 engine. That was not supposed to happen. Well. Yeah. That was only supposed to shut down 4 of these, not 8 of them. Now we're going to be burning this engine well past its runtime while we are decelerating. We might just be better off staging. No, we're picking up speed again. I guess we're just going to run it until it burns out. I'm glad we figured this out now instead of on an actual mission. That could have been a mission scrubber. Oh well, we're also already in space. Holy crap. I guess getting rid of all of those computer cores really worked. Alright, that engine has failed. We're going to stage. Ignite. Alright. And we can ditch our launch escape tower. Good. It took the decoupler with it. That's perfect. So our docking clamp is free for other things. Alright, we're gonna boot our comms. Boot our comms. That did not work. Goody. We're going to need these because this is uncrewed. Alright, well, at least all of our solar's extended. That's good. And again, I'm not paying attention too much to the vector, but we don't really need to circularize our orbit. We just need to get this apogee nice and high so that we can fall back and hopefully approach, 10.8 or so kilometers per second that we need to simulate a free return trajectory. How's our battery draw? Where? Yeah, there's electric charge. Okay, we are drawing from the batteries, but at best we have, yeah, 4 out of 6 panels facing the sun, and we're still powering this S1 core also, which we hopefully won't need for too much longer. Well, our off-angle approach may have come back to bite us in the ass. I was overly confident about this rocket's ability to put us into orbit, resting on the back of these, yeah, S150-400 series. We may not be doing that. We're about 20 seconds from our apogee, and easily 4 kilometers per second from hitting orbit. We have less than half a kilometer per second of delta V left in this stage. Trying to just lay on this hydrazine, give it as much of an advantage as I can, and adjusting our angle way off prograde to try to compensate for our time to apogee. I don't know if it's going to work. We certainly have the delta V within our command pod to hit orbit, but that will not satisfy our testing requirements of getting us out to, you know, 200 million meters. That would be required to thoroughly test that heat shield. So, this whole thing may just be a scrub. I'm just going to lean on the pedal and I guess we'll see. We're going to have to angle up some more. We are finally starting to build a longer time to our apogee by barely tenths of a second. And the hydrazine on that stage has burned out. Okay. And the first test of this engine has gone all right, although the available thrust from it is way less than adequate. Let's see, what is our, yeah, thrust to weight ratio of 0.28 currently. So again, we're just going to rely on this ridiculous reserve of hydrazine that we have. Yeah, and we are now falling back to Earth and accelerating at a snail's pace. We have achieved literally half of the velocity that we wanted to test this heat shield, so this is going to be interesting, to say the least. We're climbing again. We're climbing. We were climbing minutes ago, but we're climbing. All right. So we will probably just burn until this is out of fuel, because that's about what it's going to take to get us to our desired apogee, and then resume the test. Huzzah! Okay, so the smart thing to do at this point is to take a lap, get back around to our periapsis, which hopefully we'll have connection at, and add a maneuver, sorry, and see how much delta V it's going to take to get us to a desired orbit. I don't think we have enough. Let's see, yeah, that's only 32 million. 84. 391. I mean, that would be nice. 2650. No. Delta V. I've got 1391. I also did not realize that we have 906 liters of hydrazine in this. That's a ridiculous amount. So we're gonna pour some of it back into this and use our RCS thrusters as much as we can. So, get ourselves lined up to the node and take ourselves a lap. Okay, good. The electrics are recharging in time warp. That is very good to know. Okay. Start to ullage our engine. There it is. I guess since we have so much, we might as well unlock and let those four do some work here too. I know it's not adding a lot of thrust, but you know, every little bit helps, and every bit of fuel we burn off is a small increase to our available delta V. I wonder exactly how high up we can get for this. Like I said, I would like our reentry speed to be about 10.5 kilometers a second. That I feel is a pretty worthwhile test of this reentry system. But it's also nice to know that we're going to need a bigger rocket if we're going to set one of these on course to the moon. It's too damn big, and it's too damn heavy. Okay. These will do a piss poor job of finishing out the burn, but we'll just go as hard as we can, I guess. We're up to an apogee of about 16 kilometers. Easily 1/10 of where I want it to be. But we have an obscene amount of hydrazine. I guess I did not realize it would scale up quite that much when I sized up the pod. Okay. Oh no. I don't have SAS. I don't have any command anything on this. Oh no. I really shouldn't have control of this thing right now. There's no one in it and there's no computer core aboard. That is... I completely forgot. That is super interesting. Super, super interesting. I do still have some control. I'm gonna do a cheating man's thingy angle the prograde vector and just hope it stays put. We really don't need to save a lot of this hydrazine for later. Yeah, we're actually losing speed. Well, we're going yeah, uphill, quote unquote. So I'm not actually very surprised, but let's ditch the node. Oh man. Okay. Well, we're gonna give it a try. We're gonna re-enter from this and see how bad it fails. .82. Actually, let's bring it in real shallow, just to really beef up the heat and see if it survives. Okay, warp on out. I sure hope we have connection when we get there. Looks like we will. Yep. And 50 meter per second burn on these thrusters is going to take a while. So, physics warp. These things work really well if you just don't touch the controls. So, man, I'd like to. Well, our drain on the batteries isn't really that bad, but rolling a bit. Still showing a drain. That's not good. I was hoping those two panels would be enough to subsist the capsule, but it looks like at best they'll prolong the life, certainly. It'll be longer than a day now, but still not optimal. Sorry, I just need to take a second to appreciate this. All right, 65 kilometers, we're going to kill it there. And, well, just in case we run out of charge, let's arm our parachute while we still can. And moments of truth. Oh. Well, alright, we'll reorient when we're closer. And we'll retract those because I'm interested in saving the money. No other real reason. But things should start getting interesting here very soon. There's no temperature display on this, is there? There is not. Well, if it can't survive this, then we know this whole thing was a huge waste of money. We scrapped a perfectly good spacecraft to build something that did not perform to any of our expectations. Par for the course. Well, the other pod had exploded by now. Although we are going about 1 kilometer per second slower. I guess that just makes a huge difference. Oh, we have Mech Jeb. Smart ASS. Hold surface. Oh, nope. Orbit retrograde. And go away. Mech Jeb, you're not good for much, but man, it's way better than piloting without SAS. Okay, yeah, that heat shield is really heating up now. We're not even into the thickness yet. And there it goes. Well, that did not slow us down nearly enough. That heat shield is not free return rated. And I'm pretty sure that's the one we've got on our Venus Explorer. That's an interesting problem, but we do have a lot of Delta V on that spacecraft. Well, now we know. We can't do lunar free return, or even hope to try. Well, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I will see you tomorrow.